All right, before I get into the topic of this video, I just want to say a couple of things about YouTube and why it's so difficult for me to make videos now. If you've been following me for a while and you know how I am, then you know that I like to say things how I see them. I don't like to hold back. I like to speak the real truth. And YouTube doesn't like that, right? So it's getting harder and harder for me to make content because, like I've said many times already, especially in the last couple of months, the things I want to talk about, YouTube doesn't want me to say. It's that simple. So at some point, and they've already hit me with a strike for something they didn't like. So at some point, it's going to come to a situation where they might just try to take my channel down completely, right? And they've done this to me before in the past with other channels. This isn't my first channel. I've had other channels. So I will kindly ask to subscribe to my Patreon if you want to see more topics discussed. Right now, my Patreon has a few people there, but it's not like, how do I explain this? It's not growing to the point where I feel like it's gonna warrant me just making content over there, right? It's getting to the point where, like I said, I'm gonna probably have to just cease making videos completely on YouTube or making little trailer videos, which is something else they don't like, which is another new rule they came up with. They don't want people directing their channels to other channels or other platforms. So they basically don't want you to advertise other platforms, right? And that's just how stupid YouTube is getting. It's getting ridiculous. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this on YouTube. I'll probably just switch to another platform completely and not do anything on YouTube. I don't know. But whatever the case is, for now, I'm going to keep going. Maybe I'll just go all out until they ban me, right? And this video that I'm going to do right now, it's going to be sort of unhinged because, and I'm warning you guys, right, ahead of time. Oh yeah, before I get into it, if you want to find any of my links to my other social media, they're in the description of every video. So if you're confused as to where to find my Patreon or Twitch or anything else that I'm doing, check the description of any video. They have all my links. And which is something else they don't want, right? They're trying to remove links like that. So it's getting out of hand with YouTube. But anyways, so if you're a soft person and you're somebody that's good-willed, good-natured, and you don't like cursing or you don't like people getting angry, I highly recommend you not watch this video. So I'm warning you guys ahead of time, okay? I'm going to curse a lot. I'm going to get upset. Because once in a while, some complete and utter idiot, some complete and utter moron shows up to my channel trying to educate me and tell me things that they don't have a fucking clue of what they're talking about. They're usually a walking contradiction, meaning they don't practice what they preach, but they want to talk to me about it. They want to tell me about it. They want to educate me, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to educate this fucking moron, right? Now this person doesn't like Kim. And they think that I care that they don't like Kim. And I've said many times, and probably even in this video that they commented on, which is an old video, which I'm going to show you guys. I'm pretty sure I've said, if you don't like me talking about Kim and you don't like Kim, then don't watch the video and don't tell me about it because I don't give a fuck. It's that simple. I don't care what your opinions are about Kim or what you think you know about Kim or what you think you know about the universe or the world or anything. I'm telling you what I know. You can share, but when you try to impose what you think you know on me and you don't know what you're talking about, I'm going to fucking expose you. I'm going to show everybody how stupid you are. So this idiot comes to my channel, complains about Kim, doesn't like Kim, and then he tries to educate me. And I'm going to make him look like the stupid bitch that he is. All right? It's that simple. So without further ado, if you look on your screen, it's on this video. The video is called My Real Thoughts on Kimberly and Goguen, aka Kim Possible. Is she the guardian of the earth? I made this video 8 fucking months ago. I don't even honestly remember what I said in this video. I usually say the same shit about Kim. If you've watched my Kim videos, I usually am pretty consistent with the things that I say about her. Unless she says something that I don't agree with or that I don't like. And then I'll call it out or I'll share my thoughts on it, right? You can disagree or agree on what I say. Most people tend to agree with what I say because they understand what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from. Even Kim, I would, and I've never talked to Kim, but I'm pretty certain that if I presented my opinions and views to Kim on what I thought, she would agree with me. I'm certain of it because she said certain things in her videos that correlate to things that I say in terms of her agreeing with me. So, in other words, she will basically validate things that I think. That's what I'm trying to say. But whatever the case is, so I'm going to show you how stupid this person is. And you can read the comments here, right? I'm going to read the comments. I'm going to address everything. And I'm going to go on from there. And this is going to probably be a long video. I don't give a fuck. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, don't watch it. But I'm going to go through all this shit. And I'm going to give my opinions about it. And Oliver Kenny, this is for you. Okay? If there's a video you need to watch, it's this one. Watch this video. It's for you. So this guy watches the video and he says, until what she talks about starts to manifest and you experience it, it is all belief. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So he starts off by saying that unless you experience something or deal with something personally, you can't really say it's true or not. It's just belief, right? Okay. That's his mindset. And the reason why this matters, and it's so funny he starts off with this, because he shot himself in the foot from the beginning. So he's basically saying that if he hasn't had the experiences and he hasn't seen something or done something, then he's just believing in things. And that goes for everybody. According to him, that's his premise, right? All right, let's continue. So then he says, what we can do is start to put into practice what she preaches. So become a better person. Not in the eyes of the sick society that would involve you becoming a sociopath and narcissist, but to go back to nature as much as possible. Meditate and eat well. And all these people, I'm just going to say, they always come with these common talking points or common knowledge that everybody knows, right? That is part of the new age light worker community. And mind you, I've never claimed to be a light worker or some angel or some good person, okay? If you think that about me, that's your opinion. I don't care if you think I'm good or not. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to speak the truth, all right? You can like it or not like it. But this person is coming from a point of view, I guess, or a stance of trying to be this good person. He's such a good guy, right? And they all speak the same language. Like they say the same shit. It's repetitive. It's annoying. It's stupid. I'm tired of fucking hearing it. That's why I'm making this video. But anyways, so then he's, and again, just to be clear, and I'm being very clear in this video. If you want to do these things, go ahead and do it. I'm not telling people what to do. Do whatever the fuck you want, all right? I don't care. It's your business how you want to live your life. You want to meditate, you want to do this, that, and the other. I don't care. Do what the fuck you want to do. But don't come and try to tell me what to do and don't tell me what the right way is when you don't fucking know. When you think you know, but you don't, all right? Anybody can do what they want to do. That's the way I feel about it. But don't act and pretend as if what you're saying is so righteous and so truthful and it's the only way to do things, because it's not. And I'm going to prove that in this video. So then he says, believing people like this can be a dangerous game and it's not necessary. Nature will teach you all you need to know. The Taoists understood this. So in his little tiny brain, in his little mind, it's as simple as just go back to nature. Just go run along in the woods naked. Just go live out there with the fucking bears and the wolves and the snakes. And nature will just teach you and you'll be fine. Because the Taoists said it. So it must be true. Let me educate this dumb motherfucker on this shit. And anybody else listening to this, if you think it's that simple, first of all, go ahead and fucking do it. Go run your ass into the fucking woods, into the jungle. Go live out there. See how long you last. Go ahead. Mind you, I was in the military, so I know how to survive in the wilderness. But go ahead and just go run out there. Just have this belief that you can do anything. And it's just possible. Go ahead and do it and see how long you last. That's number one. Number two, these people that he's talking about, they had access to knowledge that most common humans don't have. Not only did they have access to it, they were being given this knowledge from higher entities and higher ups. People that were not from this world, otherworldly. So they were being given knowledge as to how to survive and how to live in the wilderness and in nature and all of that. What to eat, what not to eat, how to meditate. All this stuff that these motherfuckers knew from the past that has been passed down. They were given that knowledge. Humans, this is a point that needs to be emphasized. Humans have never, ever, since they've been on this planet, and if you watch Kim, you know this, they have never on their own learned anything or done anything by themselves, ever. No human ever on this planet has ever learned anything, has ever come up with any knowledge. And I'm even talking about Tesla and Einstein and all these other people that people think, oh, they're so smart, they came up with this knowledge. Oh, look at how the technology has advanced the last 50 years. That's all alien technology. All this shit that has happened in human history, all the advancements, all the evolution, physical and spiritual, it has been given and passed down to humans so that they can learn how to do it. Humans have never, ever in the history of humanity come up with anything on their own. So if this dumb motherfucker thinks some monks in the woods just figured out all the shit on their own, he's fucking retarded. It's that simple. That's not how it works. It has never worked for humans like that. Never. Not on this planet. Humans have never, ever figured shit out. Not fire, not nothing. They were told and given all the knowledge that they have, including how to make fire, including how to survive in the wilderness and what to eat and all this other shit. They were told. The humans that live on this planet were brought here. They were put here as an experiment. They're literal babies of higher entities, higher aliens that came here and brought them here and put them here as an experiment to see if all the fucking humans can learn how to live together and survive. Obviously, that's fucking failing. But it's not really the humans' fault, if I had to be honest. It's because the world is controlled by evil. So yes, humans are having a hard time getting along because there's all these countries and laws and rules. You can't go here, you can't go there, you can't do this, you can't do this. This is my land, this is my country. And all these beliefs and structures are being passed down by evil entities. Reptilians, demons, aliens, whatever you want to call these motherfuckers. They're controlling the world and they're making shit fucked up for humans. If they left, then humans would learn how to get along without these fucking people putting shit in their head and making shit how it is. So humanity doesn't necessarily need to go back to nature because things are fucked up. Humanity needs to get rid of the people that are fucking the world up for them. That's what humanity needs to do. Going into the woods, meditating, disappearing from society, and thinking that you're fixing something and doing something ain't doing shit for fucking nobody. You know what they're going to do to you? Have you ever heard of the Fallen Gong? They're a group of monks that live in China. And you know what happens to those motherfuckers? They get tortured. They get enslaved. They get killed. Because China doesn't want that. So, long story short, what I'm trying to tell you is, if you think you're going to run along into the woods and meditate and try to make the world a better place, and that's going to make something better, that's going to clear the world of the evil, you're out of your fucking mind. It's not going to work. They will hunt your ass down and kill you. So go ahead and fucking do it. Go ahead and do it. See how much the world changes. There are people right now doing that, and nothing is changing. The world is still fucked. So you're going to fucking tell me that shit works? It may work individually for you as a person. Maybe you grow more spiritually and you become a better person. But that's not changing the world and that's not doing shit for anybody. What good is that? Things are still fucked. Open your fucking eyes and see the truth for what it is. Stop with this delusional bullshit that you can just do these little meditations and I wish the world is better. I hope the world is better. And it doesn't work, okay? It doesn't. You have to face the reality and you have to change it and you have to fix it. You have to start by removing the people that are in power right now, that are controlling the world right now. Those people need to be removed from where they are before this world gets better. No amount of meditation or wishing and hoping and trying to be a good person is going to fucking fix that. It's the truth. I don't care whether you agree or not. That goes for anybody fucking listening. But anyways, let me read the next comment that I said. This is my response to him. I said, it's not that simple, friend. The human race has evolved and we are very much reliant on technology and modern conveniences. Yes. So think about this. He's telling people just go back to nature. It's that simple. That's all you need to know. You'll learn everything out in the woods, in the jungle. Because there are people living in the jungle that have lived there for thousands of years in that way. So that means anybody can do it. You're out of your fucking mind. If you live in society right now and you drop what you're doing and you decide to go run out in the woods, mind you, this motherfucker isn't preaching or he isn't practicing what he preaches. So he's preaching to me that this is what needs to be done. Yet he's sitting his ass on his phone or computer or whatever. And he's commenting to me instead of doing what he says needs to happen. Why don't you go do what you're saying works instead of talking to me about it? Why don't you go do that? You're obviously not doing what you think works, yet you want to tell me about it. But anyways, so he's sitting here on his computer or whatever, and this is how humans have been conditioned. We've been trained to live in society, rely on the system, and use technology and do these things. That's how humans have been conditioned. Now, again, even if he's right, let's say he's right. Yes, go back to nature. Yes, he's right. Okay, that's the answer. But because the world is controlled by evil, they're not just going to let you go and leave their system behind. If all the humans say, fuck it, we're done with technology, we're done with the system, we're just going to go live in the jungle. You know what these motherfuckers are going to do? They're going to hunt your ass down and kill you. Why do you think they're outlawing people growing gardens in their homes? Why do you think that you can't grow vegetables in your home? None of this shit. Why do you think they're doing that? Because they don't want you to be reliant on yourself and nature. They want you to rely on them. So as long as they control the world, guess what? You're not going to run away into the woods. The people that are already out there are already out there. They're not a threat. Or they don't really care about those people. They have calculated there are people that live in the jungle, whether it's Africa or wherever else. Yeah, all right, these people are already there. Fuck them. Just let them stay there. But the ones that are in society, if they just said, oh, we're just going to leave society, we're just going to go live out in the woods, they're going to find your ass. And they're going to bring your ass back to society. That's what's going to happen. Because they need to have people in their society in order for the structure to work. The world that they have built. So if you just say, oh, I don't want to be part of this, they're going to fucking either kill everybody or enslave your ass and make you come back. That's what's going to happen. That's why that's not the answer. It's not that simple. You can't just do that. It's a nice, dream to have, but it's not going to work. That's all I'm trying to tell you, because the ones that control the world are evil and they will force your ass to rely on them. But anyways, let's keep going. And the reason why you don't see that happening in terms of them going to the jungle and bringing people back, even though they probably do, but the reason why they're not doing that in mass and why there's still people out there is because they already have their society built. They have enough people running their society and working their jobs, being their little slaves. So they don't need to go get those people. They already have it. But if you threaten the structure that they've built, they will make you be part of it. I promise you. Anyways, let's continue. So I said to simply just go back to the Stone Age because some monks said it works is not how you do it. We're not supposed to regress back to being cavemen and jungle monkeys. That's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to evolve physically, spiritually, in every way. And technology is part of that. But the reason why it seems so bad and evil is because the way the technology is being used. The technology that we have is great. It's just being used for evil purposes. So that's why it seems like, oh, get away from technology. We don't need technology. It's bad for you. No, it's not bad. It's just that it's being used in a malevolent way. That's why it seems bad. Because the evil ones that control this world control the technology and they're using it for evil purposes. So these goody two-shoe motherfuckers, they're so fucking naive. They're like, oh, well, technology must be bad because it's being used. Nothing is inherently bad. It's how you use it. That includes money, technology, whatever. Because people say, oh, money is the root of all evil. Not necessarily. It can be used for evil, just like technology, but it can also be used for good. So stop being so fucking naive and thinking everything is so black and white. That, oh yeah, because everything's so bad because of technology, so we need to go back to the woods. No, that's not how the fuck it works, you dumbass. It's not that simple. It's being used for evil. If it was used for good, to help us evolve spiritually, which is what most advanced races in the universe do, in case you didn't know, then it would be a good thing, right? If technology was being used for evolution, spiritual and physical, then it would be a good thing. But because it's not being used in that manner, because the world is controlled by evil, then obviously it seems like a bad thing, right? Use your fucking tiny brain. Anyways, then I said the people you speak of had access to secrets of nature and how to survive out there. I already said this. This knowledge was bestowed upon them by higher entities. They didn't simply just figure it out and learn it on their own. It's not as easy as you make it sound, and nothing has ever been that easy since man has roamed this planet. Humans have always had outside help from higher entities, including how to make fire. It's misleading to just tell people to believe in nature and everything will be all right. I agree with you only in the fact that, yes, everything in this world is a belief system. So, yeah, that's like the only thing he said that's true is you either believe it or you don't. That's how the whole world is, though. That's how everything is, including what he's telling me, because he doesn't practice what he preaches. He just believes that this is the right way. So how are you going to come here and tell me that what Kim says or what I say is just a belief, but you're not practicing what you're preaching? Therefore, what you're saying is not your own experience. It's just your belief. So how do you have the balls to tell someone else, oh, this is what it is, but what you're saying is just a belief? Who the fuck are you, Oliver Kenny? Who the fuck are you? Literal fucking nobody. And I'm not going to say I'm somebody. I'm a nobody too. But I'm not pretending to be a somebody. I'm just speaking what the facts are. I'm not telling people what to believe. Believe what the fuck you want. I'm just telling you what it is. Simple. You don't have to believe the truth for the truth to be real. All right? You don't have to believe it. Believe anything you want to believe. But don't tell other people that their beliefs are wrong or it's just a belief. It's not real. But what you're saying is real, right? Even though I'm just showing the whole world right now how stupid you are and who's really real and who's not, right? But anyways, let me continue. Then I said, you either believe in something or you don't, but nothing just happens because you believe it. And that is the truth. Just because you believe in something doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. Now, from my understanding and experiences is if you're a good person, more likely than not, the universe will help you and provide for you. That is something that I've seen and I've understood. But it doesn't always happen that way. It doesn't always work that way. And if it works for you, do what works, right? I'm not telling you to stop believing in anything or just listen to me. If what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, and what you're doing works for you, then keep doing what you're doing. But what I'm talking about is the whole world and what's happening in the world in its entirety, right? Like not just individual things. Not, oh, this person had a miracle happen because they prayed or whatever. I'm not talking about little individual shit. I've had things happen to me that were like, whoa, divine intervention or some crazy shit like that, right? But I'm not going to say, oh, because I had this one experience that was, I believed in something and it happened, the world's going to change for the better. No, that's not how it works. It's simple. If that was the case, then I would just think all day what I want to happen and it would just happen. But that's not how it works. We live in a collective world with collective minds, collective spirits, thoughts. Everybody's thoughts affects everybody else's. So because there are people that don't understand what you're saying or agree with you and they don't do these things, and then there are evil people who are actively working against you, you have to fix those people. Going into the woods and ignoring what's happening in the world to work on yourself, and then you come back and things are just as bad or worse than when you left. How did you fix anything or make anything better? You didn't. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, let's keep going. I said there is more to it than that. You have to be in tune with nature and how it works in order for it to serve you. Otherwise, you will be bare food and succumb to the wilderness without proper training and knowledge on how to live out there. And even somebody like me who was trained by the military how to survive in the wilderness, it wouldn't be easy for me to just go out and live in nature. It would be difficult. And I wouldn't want to do that anyways, because I am conditioned and I like the modern conveniences that we have. And I promise you, even the people that live out in the woods right now or the wilderness, if they had the modern conveniences that we had, they would prefer that over what they're doing. The reason why they're living the way they are is because they don't know any better. They haven't learned. They haven't progressed. Their society is still stuck in those ways. But maybe in the future, when we fix this world, yes, then we can go back to nature. We're a long fucking way from doing that. And I'm talking about at least thousands of years before this world is fixed enough to go back to people just living in nature and living peacefully. We're so far away from that. That is not a reality. It's not. There are too many things that have to change and be fixed in this world before we go back to just living in nature. That is the truth. Whether you like it or not. The world is too fucked up for us to just go back to nature. There are too many things that I've already mentioned in this video that are going on that if we don't fix, no amount of going back to nature will fix it. Like, it's just not going to happen. That is the truth, the real truth. But anyways, the next comment I said, we should combine what we have and evolve further, not go backwards. So in other words, take all the knowledge and the spiritual knowledge, the meditation, the technology, everything that we have gathered and learned as a human species and use that to evolve ourselves. Not, oh, let's just throw away everything we have and go live in the woods. Let's go live in the jungle. Are you fucking dumb? What's the point of life? What's the point of humans and evolution and all of that? And I'm not talking about Darwinism. I'm talking about real spiritual evolution and physical evolution that actually progresses humanity further, makes us better humans so we can live longer, so that we can heal faster. So we should be immortal, to be honest. We should never die. And there is a way to do that. But because, like I said, the technology is being used to hurt us, it seems like we can't do that. But we can. We should be immortal. We should live longer. We should heal faster. We should fly. There's so many things that humans should be able to do that they can't because we're being limited by the evil motherfuckers that control the world. The ones that I always talk about. The ones that people need to pay attention to. The ones that people need to remove from power. And the way that you remove them is by not supporting them and giving them what they want. Actively going against them. Making sure that you tell them what you want instead of them telling you what you want and making you live a certain way. Humans have to push back. And if we can't push back and fight back against them to change the world, guess what? They're always going to rule over us and continue to hurt us. And guess what? You come back. You get reincarnated. They have a reincarnation cycle on this planet. People you're not going to escape this prison. You're stuck here. So guess what? If you don't remove these motherfuckers, you're never going to leave this planet and you're always going to be enslaved. You need to remove these people from power before you can be free. That is the truth. Do you understand? Going back into nature and disappearing and thinking you're doing some holy shit, that's all it is holy shit. You ain't doing shit. You ain't fixing shit. But anyways, let me continue. Nature is important, yes. But we shouldn't throw away everything we have and regress back to nothingness. Or else, what is the point of spiritual evolution? What is the point? If we're going backwards to back the way we were when we first started off on this planet, then why even have a race like that? Why should we even exist? We're not making any progress. And I don't want to attack people in Africa, but look at Africa and the people there. They're not making any progress or any evolution. They're not going anywhere. Is that the way you want to live for the rest of your life, for eternity? Just not making any progress at all? Just being stuck in the jungle, in the woods with all types of diseases and shit eating at you and bugs and all this other shit? That's your idea of living? That's not my idea. I don't want that shit. I want to live a good, comfortable life with technology. And I want to evolve and get better and live longer and be stronger and all of that. be wiser. I want to go to different dimensions, different universes. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go live in the fucking jungle on Earth. That's not my idea of a real life. But that's where we're at. We're stuck in this world where we have limitations because of the ones that control the world that I always talk about on every fucking video. They need to be removed. Period. Let me continue. We should use what we have to advance ourselves. That is the true way. And then I said, it appears now that technology and modern conveniences are bad because they are being used and controlled by evil forces. Once we gain control over these things, they will serve us to further evolve. Until then, no amount of running into the woods and meditating is going to fix anything, I'm afraid. You can do that if you want and be selfish. Meanwhile, others will suffer and die because people like you refuse to do anything but focus on your selfish self. So these people, they just sit there and they're like, oh, as long as I'm a good person, everything will work out. If I meditate and I do all these little things, everything's going to be peachy. No, it's not. But keep doing it. I'm not telling you not to do it. Go ahead and do it. I'm just telling you that you're not making any difference in the world. That's all I'm telling you. But go ahead and do it. There is a lot more going on than you care to acknowledge. She is, and this is me talking about Kim, she is simply exposing what needs to be exposed so that we can free ourselves. And then we can do your little nature hike. After we are free, yes, we can go back to nature. But we're not free. So we can't just do that. It's not going to happen. We need to be free first, then we go back to nature. That's what Kim talks about all the time. How to free ourselves, what she's doing, how she's trying to free people. And I talk about the same shit. I'm just not, on the level that she's at or what she's doing, right? But I talk about it in my own way and I try to make a difference in my own way. I try to wake people up to see what's really going on in the world so we can make a difference. And I tell people what needs to happen. Whether they do it or not is up to them. But I'm telling people how we get free from this shit, just like Kim is. And there are different ways to do it. Kim has her way, I have mine. But I promise you, if you guys don't listen to me or Kim, we're going to be stuck in this shit forever. We're never going to be free. That's the truth. Like it or not. Anyways. And I said, do you understand? Or is this way over your head? Because I'm reading what this person is saying. And I'm starting to think that they're too stupid and low IQ to understand me. So I have to talk to them like a child. Like, do you get this? Is this too much for you? So then this person comes back. And this is when it really pissed me off. This is what made me want to make the video. They said, ironically, Kimberly has used information from people I know who have been on a nature walk for the last 7 years collecting knowledge from indigenous and aboriginal populations. Okay, so this is what really set me off. Because he's basically saying that the same knowledge that he has, Kim says. So he's agreeing with Kim. Yet he has a problem with Kim. Because he's saying Kim is using the same information that he has, that he's gotten from other people. So if Kim is using the same information as the people that you follow or listen to, then what is your fucking issue with Kim? What's your issue? And I always say this too. It doesn't matter who speaks the truth. What matters is the truth. If someone speaks the truth, I don't care who the fuck they are. They could be a good person or a bad person. I don't care. What I care about is the goddamn truth. So this motherfucking dumbass idiot is basically saying that Kim is in alignment with the things that he knows, yet he doesn't like Kim and he doesn't want to listen to Kim. Even though she has the same knowledge from the people that he supposedly watches or follows or whatever. I don't even know where he got this information. I don't know if he went out into the woods or the jungle or whatever. Apparently he hasn't, from what the way he's talking. I don't think he's practiced. I don't think he does what he says or what he believes in. I just don't get that vibe from this dumb fuck. I think he's somebody that sits at home and he's like, what can I do to make myself sound smarter today? Who can I talk to so I can boost my ego up? That's what this dumb motherfucker gives the vibe off. Like, that's the vibe he gives me. And he's too stupid to do that. You're not smart enough and you don't have enough knowledge to try to boost your ego, especially when you're talking to me. I'm the last motherfucker on this planet in the entire universe that you're going to come and just say some dumb shit and I'm going to pat you on the head. Maybe Kim will do that, but I sure as hell won't. You're not going to come to me with some retarded shit and I'm going to be like, yeah, you're right, man. Nature, yeah, let's just go to the woods. Are you fucking stupid? No, that's not it. But anyways, he's a walking contradiction, this dumb motherfucker. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to read these last few comments. Let me address this one. He says, also worth noting the difference between knowledge and belief. This is where he put the final nail in his coffin. Because again, he hasn't experienced this shit. He's talking about Aboriginals and indigenous people. They have the experience. They've done these things. He hasn't. So he believes in what these people are saying, but he has not practiced what he preaches. So he's only listening to people that have actually done it. But why don't you go do that? Why don't you go do what you're saying these people do? Stop using technology. Stop being on YouTube talking to me. Why are you on the internet? Go into the fucking woods. Why are you talking to me? I don't understand. If your way works and it's so righteous and it's the true way, why are you here? Don't you think that's ignorant? Contradictory? You sound like a hypocrite, right? So again, and then he's trying to tell me the difference between knowledge and belief, like he fucking knows. And then he says, most of what you state as truth is belief. How do you know that people are in touch with higher dimensional beings? So this piece of shit has never had an experience with a higher level entity. I have personally experienced these things. Actually, I experience it on a daily basis. I talk to higher dimensional entities daily. But he wants to tell me that, how do I know this? How do I know that Kim is in contact with higher entities? How do I know anything that I know? This dumb piece of shit that doesn't know anything is trying to educate me or question me on how I know things when he doesn't know a goddamn thing. Everything that he has said is conjecture that he got from some video he watched on YouTube. Some those videos they show where it's like, oh, let's go into the jungle and meet the Aboriginal people and see how they're living. That's the kind of video that this motherfucker watches. That's where he gets his knowledge and information. So he thinks he knows something because he watched a video one time on the Discovery Channel about some indigenous people. Now he knows everything. Now he's an expert on the universe and how things work. This is the kind of retard that keeps us where we're at. People that think like this and are like this is why we're where we're at now. There are too many of these Oliver Kennys. Too many of them. I see copy and paste Oliver Kennys everywhere I go, everywhere I look. There are so many of them. 99% of the human population is like Oliver Kenny. That is the truth. And if you're not like Oliver Kenny, you're part of that 1%. You're different. You're special. You're better. I don't care if you agree with my terminology. I'm telling you the goddamn truth. You're different. You're better. You're more evolved. You're spiritual. You have more knowledge than the average Oliver Kenny. But he thinks he's some kind of wise man because he saw a fucking video on the Discovery Channel about indigenous people. These are kind of retards that try to educate me and tell me shit. But anyways, so I'm going to just finish off with my last two comments and I'll be done with this video. I said, because I have been in contact, you inexperienced, unknowing human. That's how I know that what Kim is saying is the truth. Because not only has she correlated things to my life, meaning she has said things that I know are true, that I have experienced. So we have that connection between me and her. And she said personal things about my life that I'm like, damn, nobody knows that except for like 2 people in my life. Yet she knows. So I know she's legitimate. But anyways, I said, bro, listen. Because I had enough of this guy. So I just got pissed off. And I said, bro, listen. And I tried to be nice at the beginning. But I have a very short temper and a short fuse. I don't have tolerance for ignorance. Because ignorance is what's keeping the world in its dark state. Oliver Kenny, they feed off of people like you. You are food to them. You are what drives their evil agenda. Because you're so stupid, you can't see the truth. So you're making their world work for them. Your existence is why the world is fucked, Oliver Kenny. But anyways, so I said, bro, listen, if you feel your nature mumbo jumbo works so well, why don't you go run along into the woods and vanish, okay? So basically I'm telling this guy, I don't want to see you anymore. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Just go and disappear. Get the fuck out of my face. Go do your little jungle shit and see how it works. Now I said, I don't want to hear your low IQ talk anymore because this guy doesn't know anything. He just watched something and now he knows everything. That's what he thinks. That's how stupid he is. If you think living like a freaking caveman is some kind of human evolution or advancement in any way, you are a moron. Please stop talking to me about your jungle adventures with natives who don't know anything about anything, or else I'll just block you. You're irritating me now with your idiocy. And then I say, human, physical, and spiritual evolution exists for a reason. We aren't supposed to go back to that. We're not supposed to just go back to nature. We're supposed to use technology in conjunction with nature to evolve spiritually. That's how it's supposed to work, Oliver Kenny. But you don't know that, do you? So I'm educating you. We are supposed to advance from that. Once we get further along, then maybe we can go back to that form of living and society. And that's if we choose, right? Once we free ourselves from the evil that controls the world, we can choose to be technological or spiritual or in the jungle, whatever. But we're like I said, we're thousands and thousands, maybe even millions of years away from this planet and this society getting to a point where we just go back to nature. We're so far away from it, it's not a reality right now. We can't even think about that. We need to think about freeing ourselves first. That is the priority. That's why I talk about it all the time on my channel. I talk about the evil ones that control the world. We need to free ourselves from them. Then we can choose what we want to do and how we want to live. Until we do that, we're fucked. We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything. Do you understand, Oliver Kenny? So anyways, I said, we are a long ways away from doing that, and telling people to live like a non-intelligent, unknowing human that lives in the woods is just straight lunacy. It's psychotic. If you're just telling people, drop what you're doing, leave your life, go live in the woods, go live in nature. Most people will not fucking survive that. Most. Maybe some will, but most won't. Anyways, you talk as if you know so much, yet you know so little. You don't know how the universe works at all because he's had no experiences that he can talk about here. He doesn't know about higher entities. He doesn't know about even what these indigenous people do because he hasn't done it. He's just heard somebody talk about it. So how are you telling me about anything? You don't know anything. So you can't tell me shit. Whatever. So I said, you don't know how the universe works at all. And yet you are trying to preach to me and Kim what your tiny little brain has conjectured. Go learn something true and real and then come back and talk to me. Otherwise, go live in the jungle without technology and stop talking to me. It's funny how people like you always preach about how great nature is, and yet and still you sit here in society using technology. So you're sitting here talking to me, but you're not doing what you're saying. You're not living with the Aboriginals and the indigenous people. You're living in society with me, talking to me about what you think works, which is completely the opposite of what you're doing. You're a fucking hypocrite. Then I said, not taking the risk of leaving the comfort of your home and family to preach to me about something you will never do. So until you go and do that, Kenny, which the only way for us to know that you're doing that is for you to take technology with you and record yourself. So you're still going to be relying on technology if you do that. Then I don't want to hear what you have to say because what you're saying is garbage. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't prove anything. It's trash. I don't give a fuck about some people living in the woods, in the jungle, doing whatever the fuck they do. Their little sacrifices and rituals. I don't care about that shit. All that stuff that they do and how they live was passed on to them by, guess what? Higher dimensional entities. Including the human sacrifices and all the crazy shit they live in. You know those people that have all these rings on them and all these piercings and they look like fucking retards? You know why they have all of that? Because they were told by evil entities to do that as an amusement for the evil entities. So you had reptilians and demons saying, oh, pierce your skin this way. Look like a fucking retard. And these dumb motherfuckers did that shit. And they're still doing it thinking it's some kind of tradition that their gods taught them. The gods that they speak of are the aliens, the demons, the reptilians that I'm talking about. The ones that I know exist, just like Kim knows. You dumb fuck. Anyways, I said you are a complete and utter idiot, and I can't stand people like you. I should make a video about how stupid you are, which is exactly what I just did. So anyways, I know a lot of people may not like my tone or what I said, or you don't agree. Guess what? I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm just speaking the truth. If you don't like what I have to say, if you don't agree, get the fuck out of here. Go watch somebody else. Stop watching me. You already know how I am. I'm not going to hold back. I don't give a fuck about YouTube. I don't give a fuck about anything. I'm going to speak the truth, whether you like it or not. Period. Fuck YouTube. Fuck you if you don't like what I have to say. Don't watch me. Anyways, if you do like what I have to say, like, comment, and subscribe. Share where you can. Hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.